You are not special. There are billions of people like you. Many of them are smarter than you, and more creative too. Some people are good at math, some people are good at making music. You are neither. Anything you can do, someone else can do better. Your opinions are not unique. Everything you know about life, you stole from someone else. Most of it is wrong anyhow. You could make a difference, or bring a smile to someone's face, but probably not. Nobody will remember you when you die, because you are not special. So, that whole thing about stealing from someone else, well, that's what I just did. I stole that whole speech and all those images from a Twitter user who goes by Stevie P, with illustrations from House of Decline. It was apparently written 12 years ago, and it's supposed to be a children's book. I guess the guy thought it would be a good idea to tell thousands of Twitter users that their opinions aren't unique. So that's what he did. He posted this vaulted 12-year-old children's book as a Twitter thread, and it went about as well as you'd expect. When I usually stumble upon something controversial on Twitter, it's almost always something to do with politics, which to me is just an active war zone, especially on Twitter. Right? Political Twitter is like trench warfare. Everyone is on one side or the other, hiding behind their communities, only coming out to take cheap shots at the other side. And no one wants to go out in the no man's land that is non-political Twitter and try to de-escalate things, because then both sides hate you and you'll catch lung cancer from all the smoke. Except maybe that's what this guy was trying to do. Maybe he wanted to be that guy, you know, the guy that Twitter would unite together in harmony to absolutely dunk on. Which, if that's what he wanted, it worked. And you know what? Mad respect. This is something that a lot of Twitter users probably need to hear. It's a harsh reality check that, given the right context, can really ground someone stuck in their own head. And, well, yeah, it is blunt and rude, it gets you thinking. It's the perfect recipe for a non-political controversial Twitter thread, and I'd probably induct it into some sort of Twitter Hall of Fame, if it weren't for the fact that this is supposed to be a children's book. This is what really gets me, because why? Why would you put this on a child? Like, most adults can't handle being told that. Imagine reading this to a child for bedtime. Even if the child in question is a spoiled brat, there's so many better ways of getting through to a 10-year-old Karen in training than telling them that nobody will remember them after they die. Like, damn, you really have to do them like that? But okay, sure. At the very core, this guy is correct. The overwhelming majority of people will never amount to anything beyond their own school's party slice. And yes, pure originality is pretty much dead. I wouldn't call it stealing from other people, more like sampling or taking inspiration, but still, yeah, at the end of the day, you really aren't that special in the grand scheme of things. But so, do you have to be special? Like, has this guy ever watched the Lego movie? That movie kind of tackles the same concepts of being special or average, but it takes a different approach where you don't have to be an elite to enjoy life. You just have to have a stupid cat poster. It even redefines what it means to make something new out of other people's work, which I kind of find hypocritical of Warner Brothers to say, but that's besides the point. I think it's a much better option to show your child the Lego movie instead of reading them this children's book. Something that took me forever to figure out on my own is that you don't really have to be special to other people, because you already are to yourself. Statistically, mathematically, biologically, there's no one out there quite like you, alright? And nobody will ever see the world in quite the same way as you do. You may not be the center of the universe or anyone else's universe, but you are at the very least the center of your own. And don't let anyone or any book convince you otherwise.